You know, if you take everything I've accomplished in my entire life and condense it down into one day, it looks decent.
That's the one. All right. Good evening, genders, pronouns. Welcome to another episode of The Decent Show. As always, Ryan joined by Reagan, but this time in person, recording live from podcast studios in Podcast USA. Reagan, how you doing today?
I'm all right.
Just all right.
I'm decent.
Decent. That's the name of the show. So,
I think we're done here.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have a great night. All right. So what's happening today? You're doing decent. We're on the Decent Show, and we're going to be talking about some decent content we've been consuming, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's all about the content.
All right. So where are we starting?
I don't know. It's all a simple favor, so let's just start with that.
Okay. Because you wouldn't say anything to me off air, so I don't know what we're doing.
I want you on your feet. I want you fresh. I want you ready for prime time.
Well, it's going to be a lot of me delaying and scrambling here. So I saw a movie called Simple Favor. And you had told me to watch this movie because you were half watching it / ignoring it, doing multiple screens or whatever it is that you're doing.
No, I was watching it full. It was not an airplane movie.
What was happening, though? Because you were watching sports? Wasn't there a game on or something?
No, that was with Christopher Robin.
So you just watched this movie?
Yeah, it was. I watched both those movies in the same day.
What movies?
Christopher Robin and A Simple Favor. And I liked both of them. And they're very different movies.
You watched it back to back?
Yeah.
With the same people?
Well, the kids went to bed, obviously, and then Simple Favor was put on.
By?
Adults.
Interesting.
And everybody got kind of offended, but also liked it a lot, so...
What did they get offended by?
Just a lot of cussing, a lot of, weird terms like brotherfucker.
That was pretty weird. Yeah, so I saw the movie, and I guess I didn't take notes on it, to be honest. Oh, okay, yeah, I did take notes on it.
I just was like, I didn't take notes on it. All right, well, we're done here.
Yeah, we're done here.
Moving on.
I told you how I was watching the movie, and I was like, it was really late, and I was like, well, there's no way I'm going to be able to finish it, but I'll at least get it started. I'm tired of not starting this movie. And then I couldn't put it down. Finish the whole movie. And I was going to describe it to you in one word. Wild.
Wild? Yeah,
the same word that you used to describe it
less
to
than
me.
70 times?
Yeah. You kept telling me, you're like, dude, this movie's wild. Wild.
It is.
And it is. It really is. So I was like, at first I was kind of, doubting your definition of wild, but then I was like, wow, this movie is wild. So, I don't know. That's it in a nutshell, really.
But you enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah, no, I loved it. And I talked to, some people about it, and they said that, it was good, but didn't really care for the ending. And I was like, what? It's like, why? And they're like, I don't know, it just seemed kind of whatever. And it's like, no.
What ending did you want? I don't know.
Well, I was just, I thought it was great because, she got run over by a car.
Yeah.
I was like, one of those really random, brutal. But then they, played it off. She's, crawling through the street, and Anna Kendrick's just, talking shit. You shouldn't have done that, huh? Yeah, now you're all fucked up in the street or something. I don't know. It was an interesting way to end it.
It's pretty messed up, dude. She steals her man and, basically becomes her, and, it's just weird.
But she let it happen.
Exactly. I don't know. It's just a weird movie.
Yeah. I love how, I guess, because it's a relatively simple plot. I don't know, I don't know if it's the plot that's super creative or more it's the execution.
Yeah.
It just seemed really... It just kept you on the edge of your seat the whole movie. I don't know. I was I kind of knew what was going to happen, or I knew the twin thing. I knew that immediately. Whenever that was became a thing, I was like, yeah, she's probably got a twin or something.
Yeah.
And sure enough, yeah, she did. And of course, she killed her twin, pretended it was her. I don't know. All of that felt predictable.
Mm-hmm.
But again, just the way they did it though was super interesting, and it kept me intrigued the whole movie. I couldn't put it down. And then the only thing, it was nobody talks like that. I mean, it's just, I know it's I don't know, it's realistic people and settings, but obviously the plot's super crazy.
No one talks how
they communicate. Well, just how they communicate with each other. I don't know, just the three, that gay bitchy dad and the other two moms that are always gossiping.
Yeah.
I was like, nobody talks like that.
Those guys are funny though. I like that crew.
Yeah, that crew was a little over the top. The way Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively interacted and became friends, I don't know, but.
I'm gonna fucking blow my brains out. It'd be the best thing for him, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, just stuff like that was wild.
I was telling Sean, like, we were watching a movie and I realized, like, a lot of people in movies do this. And, like, it kind of bothers me, but I don't think there's a whole lot of ways around it where they'll be like, hey, come in, sit down or whatever. And it's like tension. And they're like, did I ever tell you about the circus? And it's like, every day and he goes into a story or whatever, and, like, it ends up him being like, well, today is a lot like the circus or whatever. Like, he ties
Who does that?
Just any character. Just ties in a random event or random story they're going to tell into what they're going to say to this person.
Yeah.
Just to ask him a question or freak him out or whatever. And I'm like, no one would ever get away with talking like that. Like, if you invited me into a room and you're like, dude, I'm going to tell you something about what it's like to live on the sun or whatever. Like, you talk about something stupid. Like, Icarus said in this book or whatever. Like, that's how they start, like, sentences. I'm like, dude, just get to the point. Like, everyone would be like that. They would just say, get to the point.
Yeah.
Just tell me what you need to tell me. You'll realize it once
I know
I've
what
said
you're
it.
talking about. They do it a lot, but it's kind of like, I guess
It's just a way to, like, develop the characters while get the plot going at the same time. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just I've noticed it's. Like,
they do this in A Simple Favor?
I'm sure they do. Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head the example.
I mean, the
of
story where she's talking about her brother, does that count? Is that what you're kind of talking about?
No, that kind of ties into it. I'm talking about where it's just to start off a conversation with someone, they start telling a made up or just a random story and somehow tying it into what they're going to ask them, rather than in real life. You just ask people what you want to ask them and move on with your life,
Yeah.
Because you don't want to keep people there for 15 minutes listening to a story you're telling them.
Folklore tale.
Like, I was watching this movie with Sean, and the guy, like, invites him in. It's Antonio Banderas, and he invites this guy in, and he's like, my father came to this country with nothing, and he always, wanted to have his own farm where he could grow the best olives in all of Italy or whatever. And it's like, where are you going with this? And it ends up him just being, do you respect me? And why would you not just ask that? Why do you have to go, like, so long in depth about it? But anyway, I don't know. It's just a side note.
Some men want to watch the world burn, like that Alfred story.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, but it's just poorly. It's more poorly done than that in most movies.
Yeah.
Because it's obvious this is just like, this doesn't really fit a normal person's conversation with another normal person.
Yeah.
So, but you like the movie a lot. What would you give it?
She died on the high seas. I would give it a. What is it? I mean, I guess I almost have to give it a fuego, just because, like.
Because you made it through it and you were super tired and it was already late at night.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that, a movie can keep me from going to bed.
A Simple Favor keeps you awake over John Wick.
Yeah, it did. It did. It shows you how much a plot and story mean. Because, John Wick has all the action in the world, but if they're not actively killing people, I'm like, out. But Simple Favor, man, kept me going, kept me hard the whole movie.
Well, it's got 2 actresses in it that are pretty attractive.
Her face was weird. Anna Kendrick's got like a weird mousy face. She's real mousy.
Oh, yeah. But she's still attractive.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she wanted to take me to her Hilton Hotel, Hilton app. Yeah, I love those.
Her commercial.
I love those commercials. So, yeah. Everyone seems to know who Blake Lively is besides me. I don't think I was very familiar with her work before this movie.
Is he Green Lantern?
Nope.
That's all I got.
So it's her first good movie then, possibly?
Well, she was in that shark movie a lot of people liked, 47 Meters.
Oh, that was hilarious, yeah. Where they get eaten.
The shark movie was hilarious.
Yeah, the Meg.
It's a Megalodon.
Megalodon. Yeah, but I'd give it a fuego just because I had no expectations. I wasn't really crazy about the cast. Not that the cast was bad, obviously. I just, it's not like, oh my god, this is a new, Leo movie. I got to see it. It's just kind of just a couple people that was whatever. And it was
well said.
Yeah, thank you. It was just really good. So, what would you give it on the scale?
Oh, I gave it a fuego.
You gave it a fuego?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so I thought I had a hot take.
Yeah, you were saying I wish more movies were like that. I'm like, I wish more movies were like that, where the plot and the writing and just the execution of, like, you're right. It's kind of predictable, but just the way they execute it, it's not annoyingly predictable.
It's not a meatball, yeah.
No, it's not like, obviously, it's not Angel's Fallen. Like, obviously, this guy's going to turn on him.
Yeah.
You still have a little bit of doubt in your head.
Yeah. And just the way they do it, you're like, ooh, I knew it was a twin, but, like...
I didn't know it was a triplet.
Yeah, didn't know it was a triplet, and then just the the scene where she kills her, and just kind of like their relationship and their interaction, like just all of that was good. I did think that, like, again, kind of going back to, like, I know it's not like it's a fiction, a fake story or whatever, but like her job, like Blake Lively's job and her bosses, and just like the whole nature of how that office and her job worked, it just really made no sense to me. I mean, even her boss didn't understand her or what she did, or he did, but he was like real mysterious about it. He was like, "Yeah, we just let her do whatever, and she like treats me like a little bitch or whatever." I don't know, just all of that didn't make.
I'd love that job.
Yeah.
No one knows where I'm at or what I'm doing. I get paid lots of money, and I can treat people however I want.
Yeah. Like, oh, she's been missing for 3 days. Oh, yeah, no, that's normal. It's like, what? It's like, okay. So, I don't know. Not everything, I guess,
made perfect sense.
but it was great.
Yeah.
Great movie.
It's great.
It's great. Yeah. Stories and characters. It's amazing how it works.
And then we're going to see Knives Out soon.
You'll see Knives Out soon. Saw Mr. Rogers today.
Was that?
Yeah, feel good. Tom Hanks was great. Feel good movie. I don't know about other people, but I cried a lot. I'm sure other people would cry at least a little bit. It's got some of those moments. Definitely makes you want to be nicer, so I guess that's always good. There's a lot of assholes out there. And
Careful, Jerry. There's a lot of nuts out there.
I love that. Yeah, and I've watched a bunch of other movies too, but fuck.
Like what other ones? Any more of those Batman ones?
Wait, we'll be we want to see Ford vs. Ferrari as well.
Yeah.
2.5 hours. I didn't know it was that long. Yeah.
How long is Knives Out? I'll look it up.
2-ish?
2-ish.
It's not crazy.
2.5 is a long movie.
Yeah, it's kind of long. Especially for, like, I don't know, not...
A biopic?
Right. Not action. So, yeah.
2 long, boobless hours. Yeah, Knives Out is 2:10.
No.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. Yeah, it's good.
2 hours, 10 minutes.
Yeah. Anything short.
What would you say? Which one's probably going to be better?
What? Knives Out or Ford Ferrari? So kind of like I was telling you off air, Knives, not that it can't be good, but it just looks very similar to, I think you had said Clue, and then I had said like Murder on the Orient Express, where it's like who done it, everyone's guilty, or everyone looks guilty. They did an episode of Family Guy with the same thing.
Oh, yeah, almost
good
exactly the same.
Yeah, good episodes. So I feel like it's just going to be like that. It's just something that we're kind of familiar with, and in all of those examples that I just gave you, you kind of had no clue who had done it. Like the whole movie, you can make all these guesses, and then by the end of the movie, unless you're a genius, you were not even close.
Did you see more Murder on the Orient Express?
Mm-hmm.
Good?
No, not really. That's
yeah.
kind of what I'm getting to. Is now granted, Rotten Tomatoes did not give Murder on the Orient Express amazing ratings like it's giving Knives Out. So I mean, I do have faith in this movie. It's going to be much better.
But this guy did Last Jedi, and that also got amazing ratings.
Oh, it did?
Oh yeah.
No, that's too bad.
Both are 95.
Yeah, both are bad then. But no, I'm just kidding. I've heard other people actually say recently that they were disappointed in Last Jedi and that they're concerned with how the 9th movie's going to work out.
I think, I don't want to get too off topic, but I think that...
I think we're going to.
I don't know. I just think that there's some things in it that are not good, and I feel like everyone
Last
just
Jedi.
sort of... I saw like this post on Twitter. Yeah, I saw like this post on Twitter, and it really captured what I have problems with just these 2 movies in general, 7 and 8, which is where like I don't really feel that connected or there's that much development in any of these characters, which is weird for 2 movies in, because you feel like by the time we got to the Return of the Jedi, we already knew like who these characters were. We were excited to see them again. I feel like by I don't know, even by the Avengers, like I was excited for like the first Avengers because we only saw Captain America once. We saw Iron Man twice. Like we know who those people are. You know what I mean? Like you know who they are. You know what kind of characters they are. Whereas I feel like in The Force Awakens they do like a good job starting, but they never really get too deep into anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the Last Jedi, there's no like development from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
I guess maybe I get what you're saying. The only thing I can think of is sometimes I feel like it's presumptuous. Like they're just like, hey, this is this character. Like, deal with it. Here we go.
Mhm.
Like I guess General Hux.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like his name, like the fact that I know his name is kind of impressive because he's not developed at all.
No.
He's just kind of there, but he's a very important character, and I feel like they just throw him in there. They give him a bunch of obnoxious scenes. He looks ridiculous, and they're like, "Yep, this is this guy." And you could almost say the same for like Kylo Ren. And does that make sense? They're almost just like, "Hey, you know who these guys are. Like we haven't introduced them, we haven't explained them, but here they are. You get it." Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying it's awful. I'm just saying it's.
no, I don't like.
I'm
that.
at a loss for words of like, where am I caring? You know, why am I?
No,
not,
I'm
why am I
agreeing
not
with you.
caring? Oh, you are.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying that's what they did, and so like they just assume it's cool, but we're like, yeah, you haven't really. I don't feel attached to these people. I feel like you've just thrown them at me and act like I should know them.
Yeah, and it was an interesting take, and I think it benefited and subtracted to have them all separated for the second one, because they're all separated from the second one. None of the three main leads are together.
Which is not good to me, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's sort of like an Empire Strikes Back, but they still have time together in Empire Strikes Back. But in this one, they have like no time together. So it's like, how do they act around each other? I don't even think Rey knows who Poe is. You know, I don't think they've ever had any interaction. And those are your three main characters, and they're all fighting for the same thing on the same team. I don't think they've ever had any interactions together.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't feel like
Leia
has talked to what's his name, John Boyega, Finn at all.
So Finn and Poe have interacted. Finn and Rey have interacted, but not Rey and Poe.
You know what I mean? Like, they're just weird.
Leia and Boyega.
I guess Yoda never met the other ones, but like Obi-Wan met everyone and had interactions with everyone.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird, you know. Like I think they sacrificed some things for like a riskier plot, which I appreciated in points, and it was a mixed bag. But the thing about Knives Out, to get back to that, is
I forgot about that.
This is a one and done kind of movie.
Yeah.
There's not going to be. I don't really need a ton of character development. Just tell me who these people are, and then we'll get to the mystery for the rest of the movie. You know, you can explain who these people are, because it's not like we're in Star Wars where, there's so many different variables. Like, we can wrap our minds around. Okay, it's a rich family and someone died. You know, and this is the brother and he's kind of hateful, and this is the sister and she's kind of rich. Like, that can be explained a lot easier. So I feel like it's probably going to be better, and I feel like it's probably going to be the better movie out of it and Ford v Ferrari. But I will agree with you that, honestly, since Minority Report, I don't think I've seen a really good mystery movie. And that's a sci-fi movie, but I still think it's more mystery than anything.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was, I guess, getting to. It's kind of like the Ocean's 8 thing, where, like... Oh, maybe I'm not going to be able to make that point, but, like... especially like these like murder mysteries, like a lot of, like I kind of said earlier, like you're watching the movie, you're trying to piece together the clues so you can figure it out yourself before the movie tells you. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of the point of it. Like, that's what I'm watching for. I'm gathering the information and I'm trying to draw my own conclusion.
And it's hard to do because you want to give people hints towards it, to where if they want to watch it again, they're like, oh, that's where this happens. But you don't want to make it obvious, because then it's kind of boring the rest of the movie.
Exactly.
So it's hard to do.
And so I guess I get kind of frustrated and that's what makes mystery movies so hard, is like, if I draw the conclusion and get it right too early, yes, the rest of the movie's boring. But then if I can't get it at all, and I have no chance of getting it, and they're like, well, actually, all this crazy shit happened.
Like in Ocean's 8, where, like, behind the scenes, you never saw this. Like,
and they did that in the Murder on the Orient Express. At the very end, one character was like, oh, I've put it all together. This and this and this happened, and this all happened off screen, and you had no chance of guessing it, and that's what happened. And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
That's very unsatisfying.
Well, are you going to see that movie, Murder on the Orient Express?
No.
All right, so just to give it away, one person got murdered.
Spoilers.
They couldn't figure it out who did it.
Spoilers.
Everybody seemed guilty.
Spoilers.
And guess what?
Everyone was guilty.
Everyone killed him.
Everyone
killed this one guy.
They
everybody.
They E2 brute him, or what?
They all took one stab, basically.
Really?
Yeah, that was basically the whole movie. It's just I never would have got that. They were all in on it, or something like that.
Well, yeah. And another thing is, I'm
almost... if this movie is the same way, I'll be disappointed, just because...
Of how annoying it is, even if they execute it well.
Well, we just talked about it, so
okay.
I don't know. If I'm just oh, dude, I can't figure it out, what? And they're like, yeah, no, they all did it. And I'm like, fuck, that's twice. I've been bamboozled.
Another thing is I'm kind of getting a little weary of like movies that have a billion stars in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that used to be really enticing, but since then I feel like, I mean, This Is the End wasn't good.
Yeah, well. Now, hang on. James... No, I'm sorry. What's his name? Chris Evans.
Chris
and
Evans,
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
No.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
But is she even big anymore? What's a good movie she's done since Freaky Friday and Activia commercials?
Halloween. Halloween was pretty good, decent.
Back in the day, right?
No, the new one. It was pretty
okay. My bad. Sorry, Jamie Lee Curtis. All right, who else? I already forgot.
Yeah, I already forgot off the top of my head who else is in that movie. But there's a lot of people in that. I remember the trailer of like all these different
bragging.
people.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're like, hey, look who we got.
And I'm like, because a lot of movies have done that, like Expendables. You know, all these people are in it. It's like,
yeah, but those are all action stars doing a crappy action movie.
That's true. I'm just saying, like, it's something to be wary of. It's not necessarily like, oh, we have all these stars, so this movie's gonna be badass. You know?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Well, hopefully it's good. Hopefully we see it soon. We'll do a review on it ASAP Rocky. I am a big Daniel Craig fan. Speaking of Daniel Craig, did I ever tell you that I did finally finish his Layer Cake movie where he's like the British drug dealer?
No. Yeah. How was that?
It was a movie.
I thought you were going to tell me you finally finished Spectre.
Michael Shannon Spectre. No, yeah.
Michael Shannon, yeah, there we go.
Don Johnson.
Oh, that's a funny
Tony
name.
Collette, Lakeith Stanford, Christopher Plummer. I mean,
Christopher Plummer, okay.
it's not too many. Like, it's a lot of big actors and a lot of, recognizable people, but, not all of them are, like, household names.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I feel like people are trying to do that a lot.
A detective investigates the death of a partridge of an eccentric, combative family. A lot of big words. So, anyway, yeah, I finished his movie, Layer Cake, directed by Matthew Vaughn, the director of Kingsman, and it was a really interesting drug movie. It's kind of cheesy, kind of too British, to where they're like really cheeky and annoying, I guess.
Using the metric system a lot.
A lot of metrics, yeah.
Yeah,
and,
I hate that.
Yeah.
It's called a foot.
Yeah.
Or an inch.
Yeah, I'm not queer, so...
Not a meter.
But,
no U's in our color words.
it had some really crazy twists, and honestly, I think, again, the movie was kind of... it was decent. It was a pretty standard drug movie, but the ending really, threw me for a loop.
They drive on the right side of the road.
Yeah, they did do that. That's not what threw me for a loop, but yeah, I don't know, the ending was nuts because he, is basically a drug kingpin, does all this crazy stuff, and he, I guess, has a buddy that has a super hot girl, or like a work associate or something, some dude who's he's a little thin piece of shit, and he has a super hot girl, and Daniel Craig meets her, and he's just like, hey, what's up, and she's like, oh my god, you're way more manly and attractive than my boyfriend, and he's like, yeah, no doubt, call me sometime.
Yeah, no doubt. Call me sometime. I'm super British.
Yeah, super British. And so he literally gives her his number and is like, yeah, call me sometime, and the other dude's trying to chat it up with him and trying to get in the drug game or whatever, so he has no idea that Daniel Craig's taking his girl under his nose. And he, I guess, fools around with her here and there, and they kind of just brush over it. And the rest of the movie goes on, and the rest of the movie's crazy because, again, there's a lot of twists. People kind of screwing each other over left and right, and you just can't keep up with it. And Daniel Craig goes through all this hell, pulls off all these schemes because he gets fucked over, he fucks somebody else over, they fuck him over, and people get killed. And so finally he wins. He finally gets out the game, gets all the money, he gets all the power. And he's like, me and this, and he gets the hot girl from earlier, and he's like, yeah, guys, y'all enjoy the business. This is my last score. Me and this hot ass bitch are gonna get out of here. And he walks outside. It's going down the staircase, and the credits are about to start rolling, and right before they do, the little skinny dude comes up and just shoots him in the chest, and the movie ends.
Why? Why does he shoot him?
Because he was jealous that he took his girl.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
And it just ends.
It just ends with him bleeding out on the sidewalk, and I guess it's up to your interpretation, but I mean, I'm assuming he's dead.
That's pretty awesome.
That's what it implies. He did all of this, just survive the drug use, came close to death so many times, killed his boss, almost got killed by his boss's boss, and outsmarts them all, just to be shot and screwed over by the little skinny prick that he screwed over way earlier in the movie.
Wow.
Like, you completely forgot about this guy. That's what made it really crazy, is because it had happened early enough to where you're just like, oh yeah, of course you got the hot girl, the other guy's a little skinny prick. Like, you know, you completely forgot about him, and he just comes up and kills him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then the movie's ended, and I was like, wow, that was crazy.
So did that make the movie any better?
That made the movie better. That took the movie from, like... Because I've seen so many crime and drug movies that it took it from decent to mad decent.
Oh, nice.
And then I saw White Boy Rick, another crazy drug movie based on a true story. YG was acting in it. It was a few hairs off of a great movie. Matthew McConaughey, who overacts or acts really well in most of his films.
Overacts.
Yeah. And I watched that Dolomite Eddie Murphy Netflix movie. Pretty safe, down the middle, solid black cast. Give it like a decent. It was kind of whatever.
I'd love to just go through everything on Netflix and you just go, yeah, solid, yeah, this guy's in it, yeah, it was alright.
Yeah.
And just like keep going through it for like 30 minutes.
Like,
just get through 60 titles.
Craig Robinson was in it. So yeah. And the, what's his name? Black guy from Key and Peele, not the one that's directing movies, but the other one that does more acting.
Keegan-Michael Key.
There you go. Yep. It felt pretty safe. It was literally a movie about a like comedian slash rapper slash actor, whatever, that also, like, he made this movie, and then they like basically make a movie about them making the movie.
And it was only alright?
Yeah. Because there's just not a whole lot happens. It's
Is this a Netflix original?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's like literally him making the movie. And I like looked it up, and like that guy, like Eddie Murphy's playing a guy named Dolomite. Like that was the guy's like stage name, I think. And the comedian had like a name, and then like Dolomite was his stage name. And that comedian slash Dolomite in real life made a movie like called Dolomite, where he like kicks a bunch of ass.
Okay.
So they made a movie about that.
Some Inception type stuff
Right
there.
Yeah, kind of like Tropic Thunder. Like they're making a movie about a movie about a movie. In a movie. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. That's my...
Let's see. So Layer Cake, Dolomite, White Boy Rick, and Zombieland 2. And I watched Between Two Ferns, the movie.
Oh, how was that?
It was decent.
It was alright. Was it funny?
It was slow. Because, like, there's, I don't know, I guess a lot.
It's only like an hour.
Yeah. Hour and a half, I think.
I was even shorter than that, honestly.
No. Because I watched his stand-up, and then I watched that movie. And, like, it's hilarious, dude. Like, he is really funny. Like, a lot of the stuff he does is really obscure and hilarious. I kind of want to show you a clip or two of his stand-up. But, like, it was just a little slow. But, again, he had Matthew... Like, the very opening scene of the movie, he has Matthew McConaughey on set, like, for a Between Two Ferns interview.
Nice.
And he's like, Matthew McConaughey, all right. Oh, sorry, I was just reading the reviews of your last three movies. Like,
dang, dude.
Just shit like that. I don't know. Thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't really been watching that much, actually. I rewatched... I mean, obviously I rewatched Good Pop Star.
Yeah. Great.
That movie's dope. I love that movie, dude. I love the soundtrack. And
Best original soundtrack, better than the 8 Mile soundtrack? Probably. You like more songs off of it.
I definitely do, but I mean, it's one of those things
yeah.
where, like, yeah, and then, you know, Eminem's only on that soundtrack. Like, every song Eminem's on, like, is a killer, you know?
Bangers.
Whereas, like, that soundtrack is, you know, has all of them for most of it, but it's amazing. I feel like I never mentioned it when we were talking about Good Boys being, like, the best comedy of the decade.
What, Popstar?
Yeah. Because I feel like after watching it, I like it more.
Yeah.
And I feel like to the point of where I'd be like, I don't know if I like Good Boys more or Popstar, to be honest with you.
Well, you need to rewatch... I want to rewatch Good Boys. I'm down to watch that whenever we get it on Plex or whatever. But, yeah, I feel like we had Popstar on Most Underrated, didn't we? We did, like, a movies that are more than decent or something.
Yeah, I think we talked about that. But I don't think we talked about it with Good Boys.
No.
And I don't think that was wrong, because I think after watching that the first time, I thought I was like, yeah, the song parts are amazing, but is the rest of the movie really funny? And I really, picked up on some other things that were hilarious, are funnier to me the second time, where the bees are attacking him and they turn the cameras off, and all this, dude, the CMZ parts I love so much, because I've never watched TMZ, but I understand exactly what they're going for, and I love the over-the-top stupidity nature, almost like Naked Gun-esque, like how stupid they're being. And Eric Andre's there, and the chick from Brooklyn 90 or
Brooklyn
or,
9.
yeah, whatever. And yeah, and then like towards the end of the movie, he's thinking about if he wants to do solo or with the Style Boys or whatever, and the chick is there and he's like, yeah, he's looking over there. I don't know what's taking him so long. This is just a really simple decision. He looks like he's gonna go with just him. Nope. Now he's looking at the Style Boys, still thinking. Yeah, I'll let you know whenever. She's just talking into the headset. Just little stuff like that. Hunter the Hungry is really funny too.
Yep.
When Seal gets attacked by the wolves.
Yep.
I love that part. I love the interview with his wife, Ashley Wednesday, and she's like, I always grew up and looked at all these people who were, they were celebrity couples, and are they really happy, and who can tell? And that's when I knew that I wanted to be one of those people. Stupid stuff like that. It's so, I don't know, it's so funny to me that I want to know how involved, I guess, Andy Samberg and the rest of Lonely Island was. Because I know they're obviously like really funny or whatever. I wonder if they like wrote that movie because it's so accurate and on the nose and knows exactly what kind of jokes to go for.
They had to have been.
Okay, I was just
because Andy Samberg's just that kind of guy.
Like he just goes because he's an SNL guy.
Yeah, so he's already creative. You have to be pretty creative to be on SNL, and because it's nothing but deadlines. You have to like write a script in a day or a week, or you have to like that kind of thing. And like his roast, like whenever he did like the Comedy Central roast, like
I've never seen that. A roast of him?
No, he roasted James Franco.
Oh, dude, I've never seen that.
Yeah, you have. I've shown it to you.
I've never seen Andy Samberg's part.
Okay, well he roast doing a roast. Like his like normally they're like trying to like really dig deep and hurt you. His are like he's like mocking it.
Oh,
like,
awesome.
Like his jokes are like not burns at all. It was like the most obscure and like different roast. Like no one's ever done a roast like that. No one's ever done a set like that. And only he could pull it off. Like everyone, like if anyone else was doing it, it wouldn't have been funny. So yeah, he's got a really, I don't know. He's just got a really diverse and good sense of humor, I guess. Or it's really different too. It's not.
Makes me sad that him and Adam Sandler in That's My Boy wasn't better because they're both.
I blame Adam Sandler.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about Adam Sandler, but I always just want him to come out with a good movie.
Yeah, I do too. It's because he used to have so many good ones.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if he could just take that talent he used to have, or whatever it was, whoever was writing for him, or whatever, and like combine that with Andy Samberg, that should be a phenomenal movie.
Because even Grown Ups was good. I liked Grown Ups 1.
Grown Ups 1 was alright, yeah.
But like it was decent.
Yeah.
Like he was funny. Like it wasn't a great movie.
No.
But he was funny. Like he was witty at least.
Yeah.
You can just put that in a better plot. It'd be good.
He needs to stop getting this Netflix money, dude.
He's
Stop
done.
having to try.
He's done.
Good.
I think he did, 4 or 5 movies, so I think the contract's up because he has a new movie coming out.
And his dramatic role, right?
It's like dramatic comedic. It looks like a little bit of everything. It looks good. Like the trailer looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything else he's done looks like poop. So yeah.
You got anything else for me?
Yeah. Zombieland 2 is decent.
We already talked about it.
I didn't see the first one. And then freaking... It's a lot of movies. We're going to watch them. We're going to get there.
We'll find.
Yeah, we'll find.
So you want to get into The Mandalorian?
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it's only like 30 minutes in. I don't even think we're going to talk about it that long, honestly.
Yeah, I got not a whole lot to say.
So we watched the first 3 episodes.
Yep. Of that new great Disney Plus that everyone's jizzing and posting about on everything.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, who cares? Like, we talk about whatever on the show. Like, I'm thinking about getting rid of Netflix, honestly. Just because I don't feel like I'm going to use it that much. Because they're about to lose The Office, Parks and Rec, and Friends.
Mm-hmm. All shows you've seen 100 times.
All shows I've seen 100 times, but those are all shows like I go to like once every couple of years. I'll go to one of those shows and watch the crap out of it again.
And they're going to put them on, the NBC streaming app?
I think so, or whatever it's called. Peacock, I think, is literally the name of it, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Because can you imagine, like, you subscribe to the Peacock?
Yeah.
Like, how do you say that?
I'm a Peacock captain. You got to let me fly.
Exactly. Jokes will be made left and right.
Yeah.
But I'm just tired of everybody making their own streaming service instead of just there being like 1 or 2, and you can charge like $20 a month for it, but it's just like one, and it has everything,
Yeah. Well, we've talked about this. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying like that one guy saying that now that everyone's going to get a streaming service, it's going to become just like cable again.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be, instead of paying a $200 cable bill, you're going to be paying $100 to $200 for all the streaming services if you were to get all of them.
Yeah.
And everybody makes a good trailer, so I mean, I always feel like whichever streaming service I don't have, I'm like, oh, I'm missing content.
Yeah, I'm missing all this content, dude. It's all about creating content.
I got to watch the new Jack Ryan and Big Mouth season 3 and fucking whatever Hulu original shows there are, and then now Disney Plus. I got to watch the Mandalorian. And,
so, what do you think about the Mandalorian? 3 episodes in.
To be honest with you,
Underwhelmed.
Very, very underwhelmed.
Very underwhelmed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, typical money, high expectations, yada yada. But like, I don't know. It's a Star Wars thing, you know. Is it even? I don't know. I feel like so far I know we're only 3 episodes in,
Mm-hmm.
and I know
Out of 6 though.
Out of 6 of the first season, and I know every show has a rocky start. I don't know if I've ever really loved a show within the first 3 episodes of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Ballers, maybe Weeds, maybe Sign.
I mean,
maybe.
Honestly, How I Met Your Mother has like one of their best seasons the first season.
Okay, good. You're right. Because I remember I used to have the first 2 seasons on DVD for some reason before I even knew what the show was.
It's got the pineapple on it.
Yeah, I love the pineapple episode.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I know we have a super small sample size, but so far I enjoy it less than Solo. And Solo is my least favorite movie.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That was going to be my question later, but wow, you enjoy it less than Solo.
Mm-hmm. So far, though. And plus, it's kind of hard to compare movies to TV shows, but so far, I guess there's not a whole lot to...
It's very, like, limited. It feels very, like, small, honestly.
Yeah.
It feels like you're staying on, like, one planet, and it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
It's kind of a boring planet. It's kind of like a
desert.
Tatooine or wherever Rey is from.
It's a dump. Jakku.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, I know my Star Wars.
You know your fuel.
Well, no, I mean, that's the thing. I've watched almost every Star Wars multiple times. So, I mean, I feel like I'm somewhat passionate about it, and I just feel that this show's kind of underwhelming. I feel like there's not a huge plot, not a whole lot's happening. Like you said, small, boring planet, one location. I've gotten used to enough Star Wars without there being, like, Jedis and lightsabers. But, like, there's just not a lot going on. And the action's pretty good. Like, whenever he's fighting people, for the most part, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
I can handle that. But just in between, not a whole lot's happening. And I don't really have a huge connection with him, besides the fact that he looks cool.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
Pedro Pascal's your boy.
Yeah, he is my boy. And, like, you know, being a bounty hunter is cool, but I don't really know anything about him. I'm not really connected to him.
Okay. I was just looking up because you said, like, season 1 or whatever. I wasn't 100% sure that this wasn't just going to be a 1-season thing. But apparently they're already working on season 2.
Hopefully they're working hard, because... yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of whatever. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, it is just slow. It's just a slow... But honestly, I've watched shows like Game of Thrones where it's, like, way slower, in my opinion, because it's, like, an hour episode, and there's not nearly as much action as we just watched. Like, I feel like there were 3 or 4 fight scenes in every episode.
And that's good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and, like, I feel like 30 minutes is a good length, too, because Game of Thrones is also, like, 10 episodes, and while I enjoyed that, like, I don't think a lot of shows are like that, where it's just, I don't want to watch, like, 6 hours or 10 hours of something that you could have just explained in 5, or a movie, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm kind of like, well, maybe I wish this was a movie, but maybe I don't. I'm 50-50 on it right now, because
Nothing's happened.
nothing's happened, but I'm holding out hope that things are building more, because I feel like the 3rd episode was significantly better than the first. Well, not significantly, but I would say it was better than the first 2, because I just feel like it was cooler. It was cool to, like, hear them talk about how the Empire fell and how it, like, affected basically them surviving, and how there was, like, some backstory there, and he goes and saves the kid, which is actually, like, something happening in the plot, and all these people die, and the bounty hunters come, and it's freaking badass.
Yeah.
And he's got, like one's, like, basically a war machine. The big one.
I remember that. I feel like I was kind of dozing off towards the end.
Where all the action was happening.
Yeah, I
dozing
caught
off.
the action, but I guess he got into that standoff
Mm-hmm.
and was kind of holding him off, but kind of getting in a tight situation.
Yeah.
His bounty hunters come in, help him out, and then he escaped with the kid. Is that all that?
Yeah,
happened?
all the bounty hunters came and helped him.
I know, and he just left.
Yeah, he just left, and
And
they're
then
like, "This is the way."
And then it ended. Episode ended.
Yeah, he just went off in the ship, and they went off into space. So that's why I'm hoping, because they're leaving that planet, which is where
Everything's happened so far.
Well, except for the kid thing, because they were obviously on a different planet when he got him, because he had to get his ship to work to get off that planet. But they're not going to go back to that planet, so I'm hoping they go somewhere different. I really hope they're not going back to, like, because it's the only friend he has is that guy who's played by Kroll.
Yeah.
Nick
Nolte.
Nick Nolte. And I hope he's not going back to that planet, and they're not going to like discover friendship over a fire or something.
No, probably.
And it's like a wasted episode. That's when That's why I don't like. I'm not 100% sold on these shows because I'm like, why? Like, I watch Dragon Ball Z, dude. I know what filler is, and it sucks.
Yeah, that's why I don't like shows. I've never been. I'm not crazy about any of this stuff being shows. The
serious shows, you mean?
Yeah,
like plot-driven shows.
Yeah, plot-driven shows
generally are not handled well,
especially about stuff like this. Especially when it comes, just like you just said, with Dragon Ball Z, pretty much anything that's like anime or fantasy or like sci-fi action adventure, like all like the superheroes and the Star Wars and Naruto's and Dragon Balls and all that. Like it's just it's a lot of filler, and it's just like, bro, just cut all of that out, make a 2-hour movie, and we're good.
Yeah, just make a movie instead. And I don't know why I don't know why they're assuming everyone wants why they're doing a show rather than just doing Disney Plus movies. I guess because they maybe want to like still make that money on the big screen. I don't know.
Shows are more streamable, I guess.
I guess that's just where everybody wants to go now. Everybody wants a show.
Everybody wants to stream a show. And
I did think it looked good.
Less commitment because it's 30 minutes at a time, even an hour at a time. No matter what, you can. Oh, we watch an episode every night. That's our. Yeah. That's our tradition. We're
personality.
A couple. Yeah, we don't go out anymore. We have Disney Plus, so
you sound very specific.
Open a bottle of bread. So
you want to shout out anyone you're shitting on right now? Or? Everyone.
Okay. Yeah. If you feel offended by that, then good.
It's you.
Yeah, it's you. Yeah, you're part of the problem.
But I do think it looks good for a show. Like it's pretty. Like the CGI and everything is like really good.
Yeah, he looks good. The armor looks good. The enemies look good.
The action looks great.
Lighting, and it looks sharp. Just again, I'm having a hard time following what's happening because to me nothing's really happening. Like it's very like, yeah. Like I've barely paid attention and been half asleep through all 3 of these episodes, and I ask a question or two, and I'm already caught up. Like, I already know what's happening. Like, nothing's happening.
I mean, if this is a long-running show, I hope this is just, like, building the character out, and we get to eventually where it's just badass shit happening all the time. And or at least the plot's moving in a bigger way, because so far it's just been, he's had, like, 2 or 3 bounties, and on his second bounty, he just decided to take the kid.
Yeah. I guess it's tough, too, to, like, have a ton of character development and tension, because... based on what we've seen on these bounty hunters, they don't talk a lot. The fact that he has like a guild or a clan or whatever is kind of surprising because, as far as we could tell in the past, they're more of like the loner, hire, guns for hire type. So I just feel like there's kind of, unless he has some problems within his clan, I just don't know where the tension's going to come from.
Well, all these people are going to be hunting him now. It's very. What did you think about the John Wick thing of like basically all the hunters going after him now?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like he's the main character. They're not going to kill him. So again, where's the tension? That's what I'm saying. Like that to me, it's hard for them to create tension on a character that doesn't talk a lot. This guy's the main character. Normally works alone. Like even if he comes close to death, I don't buy it because he's the main character and it's a TV show. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, to me, it's going to be tough for them to create tension and character development, story development. I feel like it's going to be a lot of him. Because, again, he's kind of an anti-hero. So, like, even if he gets screwed over, I'm not surprised because it's just him.
Yeah.
And he's out there to kill people and make money. So, yeah, people are not going to be super helpful to him. Like, he's just going to either fuck them up or get fucked up, and
that's all it's going to be.
That's all it's going to be, and I don't think he'll ever die until, like, the end of the show. Unless they replace him. They could do something risky. They could Pedro Pascal.
Ooh.
Oh.
Then he comes back and he's like friends with them, but then he's also double crossing.
And then it turns out it's his twin, so he keep acting. He doesn't have to. You get a new actor.
Genius.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think about the Yoda baby?
Yeah. I feel like Star Wars and some of these people, they like do this shit on purpose. They're like, yeah, what's the most adorable thing we can do? that people
A Yoda
will, like,
baby.
Well, yeah, will recognize. They're like, yeah, okay, we've done all these cute droids, so yeah, let's do a Yoda baby. And it's like,
And you're annoyed by it.
yeah.
Speaking of things you're annoyed by, what do you think about the time period it's placed in?
I don't even really. I know we've talked about it, but I'm still not even really 100% sure of when it's taking place. But I guess
After
it's
6.
After 6, after the fall of the Empire. But before 7?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, great. I'm
You
glad.
I thought you were tired of...
Oh, I am. I'm tired of between 3 and 4.
Okay, you're burnt out on that.
I'm done. Because apparently so much happens between 3 and 4. And it's like, okay, either make good movies about it, or...
They did, Rogue One.
Yeah, ooh. And, or just,
You don't think Rogue One's a good movie?
Oh, no, I do. But we know what's going to happen. And, you know right from the beginning what's going to happen. They're going to get the plans.
So no good movie can be made between 3 and 4 then?
No, there can be, because like you're always hearing these stories about, oh, Darth Vader. Like, I'm reading a comic right now on Amazon that's like Darth Vader, like, doing something and killing all these people between 3 and 4, like his adventures, basically.
But you know he's not going to die.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the same thing you're saying.
Yeah, but it's more badass when he's killing
Okay.
people. Like,
So okay.
if Mandalorian kills more people better, then I'll be more
He's
on
killed a
board.
lot of people so far.
He's done good. But he's have to kill a lot of them if they're not going to be able to kill him. So,
Well said.
yeah.
What do you think about the Stormtrooper aim?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's
really bad,
so
actually.
many opportunities where people have had a chance to touch him, surprise him, choke him out, catch him off guard, shoot him and whatever.
I like that he's been hit at least, and like we see that the armor's badass or whatever.
It has to be super badass, because that's what I was asking you. What are the stormtroopers are full of armor? They take one shot and they're done. He's taken like 3 or 4 and he's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why would they not automatically get his armor? Why is that not?
Because the smelter only works for... I guess they only have a smelter for that. I don't know.
I don't either. But
To me, the most interesting part of the show so far is like everything with the guild and like what they're about. I like
Yeah.
how they're... I like when they talk about... As soon as the transaction's done, it never happened. You can't talk about it. You can't ask about it. Like, he brought more guards out and was going to kill the Mandalorian.
yeah.
Because he asked, he's like, what are you going to do with the kid? And he's like, we just did this deal. It's done. Like, you don't talk to me again about it or we're going to start killing you, basically.
That is dope.
And I liked how they're talking about, I don't know, I just like how when he goes back and makes the armor and the thing or whatever, like that animal he shouts out that he killed, she's like, yeah, I'm going to put this on your armor. It's going to be your like seal. And he's like, no, I didn't kill it. It wasn't a righteous kill or whatever. Noble kill. So, and I was like, oh, this is so awesome. It's so badass.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Knights and stuff, but it's combined with Star Wars.
I like that.
And I liked how all the bounty hunters know when they're out there, and like how him and that robot work together to basically like, hey, we're gonna do this bounty together, and then he double crosses him and kills the robot.
Yeah.
Everything with the guild was just badass to me.
Yeah.
I was happy to learn more about that, but that to me is the deepest and most interesting part of the plot, and it's like a third story in the movie.
Yeah. I'm not crazy about Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Chubbs. What do you think about Chubbs?
I can't take him serious. I don't know if he's supposed to be taken serious.
Well, he's dead now, so who cares?
He
Oh
is?
no, that's right. The metal blocked the bullet.
That's right, yeah, he got saved by the
Straight out of
classic Chris
Three
Tucker.
Musketeers.
Yeah,
Oh.
Chris Tucker, freaking $100 band in the suit, stop the sword. The classic.
the Krabby Patty with cheese.
What else do you have on the show?
I don't know. Armor's dope.
Yeah, the armor is dope.
I like to see it when he got that. The first episode, like the beginning of it, was really sick to me. Just when he's out in the cold and all those people start fighting him, and he shuts that guy and kills him and like splits him in half basically by holding the rope, his leg with a rope, and the door shutting around him. And it chops his legs off. That was badass.
That was dope, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like the main character, so I guess there's good things about it and there's like bad things about it.
Well, how do you
honestly.
feel about Baby Yoda? That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, I just want to see where it's going.
Okay.
I want to see if it goes somewhere, then great. But so far, I just don't want the whole show to be this. I'll take it if this is just what the first few episodes are, setting everything up. But I would like more epic things to be happening, honestly.
Yes.
And it makes me a little weary of Disney Plus in general. Like, when they come out with all the Marvel shows or whatever, or the Obi-Wan show or whatever, is it gonna seem this stupid or this, I guess, drawn out and like fillery?
Yeah.
Because I don't want that. Because I feel like when they were gonna go 6 episodes, I was like, great, that's 2 really long movies. You can do a lot with that.
Yeah.
But now
You
I'm
feel
kind
like
of
they're
weary.
kind of dragging it.
I'm both impressed and like disappointed with it because I thought it was going to be even slower and less was going to happen. I didn't think we were going to get even an action scene in the first episode, to be honest with you, because that's kind of how Game of Thrones is, and that's just what I have to base it on because it's a serious show that's, I guess, like big budget fantasy. You know, it's what I got to base it on. In the first episode, really no action takes place, so I figured it would be that slow, and it's faster than that, but I'd like it to be even faster because we only have 6 episodes. Like, just tell me the story you want to tell me. Don't spend all this time with the Jawas.
And
what is the point of that? You know,
him traveling and
wrangling that
his
monster.
interactions with Nick Nolte are kind of whatever.
Yeah, they're kind of a little too much.
Yeah,
but
to me, they're almost meaningless. Like, I don't know. Besides him helping.
See, they won't be meaningless because they're going to go back to that planet and have a bond or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't understand that whole egg thing. He had to get that
egg just so they could eat it.
I know, but where did the egg come from? Did it come from the monster?
Yeah, it was in that cave.
It was in the cave.
Yeah.
And then they ate it in 2 seconds and made a mess of themselves.
Yeah.
And that was good enough to give up all the ship parts.
Pretty much, yeah. I want to see him go to, like, Coruscant or something and just, like, in the underbelly and just, like, go do a bunch of deals and kill a bunch of bounties and just sort of... it's kind of like people say with Tomb Raider, where you just want to see her like raid some tombs and it not be about like ending the world every single time. You know?
Yeah, Scrap.
You want to see some smaller things, but also like on a bigger scale, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
because we're on the same dusty sand planet. You know, the title screen, the logo is him clearly on this sand planet. It's like, when can we get away from this?
I don't really like the name either.
The Mandalorian?
Yeah, it's long. Roll off the tongue.
It's like one word. It starts with an M.
I don't like that. That's his title, though. It's like, I don't know.
They doesn't have a name, I guess. They just call him Mando.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I like that.
Oh, you like that?
It's cooler, shorter. I don't know. The Mandalorian. Like, I don't know. That just sounds like a shitty ship.
Well, that's their race of people.
I don't like it.
You know, like
I just don't like the name. I don't know. To me, it's not a good name for a race of people, or a show, or
you'd rather be called like the Blacks or something.
It's quicker. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just not cool to me. I just don't like the name. Like, what do you watch? I'm watching The Mandalorian. Like, oh, you're watching a shitty ship? No, it's like a race of people, bounty hunters. I don't know. It's not.
So, like, I'm watching the Mando.
Yeah. Again, I'm not necessarily proposing.
Is it a worse name than Solo?
Right. It is.
It is.
Yes.
Wow. Because it's longer.
Yeah. What do you watch? I'm watching Solo. What do you watch? I'm watching The Mandalorian. Like, I don't know.
So you want the next Star Wars movie to be called Star Wars : The...
Like, okay, like Skywalker. That's a cool name.
Okay.
Mandalorian's not a cool name. I just don't like it.
Okay.
I don't. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
It's the face of names. It's
Yeah.
the male face of names.
Yes, exactly. Now you get where I'm coming from.
I know exactly where you're coming from, and I wish you would probably stay there, honestly.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Just come up with like Yoda. That's a cool name.
So I'm watching Star Wars Yoda.
You don't have to, I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like, the shit that they've come up with in the past for naming races and people, like the Jabberwockies and shit or whatever. You know, the Ewoks.
Like, if a Star Wars show was called Snoke, I'd watch it.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool name.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
I just feel like of all the characters and races and names that they've given all these fake people and things, Mandalorian is the least cool. Like Boba Fett. Like, that's one of the bounty hunters' names, right?
Yeah.
That's better. Like, I don't know.
That's the main one.
Exactly. I don't know. Just not crazy about it. And it's random. It doesn't affect the show. I don't know. And like, even the trailer, like, the graphic for it looks super sick. Like, I like the graphic. I just don't like the name.
Okay. I feel like we've talked about the name more than just the show itself.
No, yeah. There's no way.
Yeah, again, I don't have that much to say on it so far, honestly. I'm
underwhelmed. So far, I'm giving it a decent. First 3 episodes for me is decent.
Yeah, it's pretty decent.
The thing that's keeping it from being bad is just how good it looks and how good the action is.
Yeah.
For me.
But it's a little bit of John Wick syndrome.
Right. That's why I keep falling asleep, probably. And your recliner's very comfy. You notice mid-episode I had to like put my feet down. I had to turn off the recline because I was way too comfy.
See, I was like, man, this 3rd episode's actually like really interesting. And it was just like, oh, clearly not.
Yeah, it was good. It was better, but I was just, it was comfortable.
Yeah, I'd say I'm underwhelmed, but hopeful, just because it feels like the show can potentially be better, just because I feel like it's gotten better.
Yeah, no,
in the 3rd episode, I think it was first episode was I liked it, and then the second one was kind of fillery, and then the 3rd one I feel like we're
getting somewhere.
It seems like we have the potential to go somewhere, but again, I'm a little nervous that they're gonna be stupid about it and save all the great stuff for the 6th episode.
Yes.
At which point I would be just make a damn movie then.
Yes. I agree with everything you said, and I am also hopeful because, like I did say earlier, I don't know if I've ever loved a show in the first 3 episodes, and so I mean it's hard to it's very hard to blow me away in the first 3 episodes of a show because
Seinfeld has a rough first season, especially first episode.
Excuse me.
Jeez.
Sorry, I'm mildly under the weather, fans. So that's why you hear an occasional
fan.
Fan. That's why you hear an occasional cough, sneeze, or nose clearing. But anyway. Friends. First 3 episodes probably aren't that great as far as I remember. Arrested Development, I love that show, was in the first season, but I didn't really care for the first 3 episodes. So again, just like you said, hopeful. So
decent for now.
Decent for now. Hopefully.
How do you feel about it being released by like weekly?
Yeah.
You'd rather just be all at once and we can just binge it?
No. I'm glad we have a break. I didn't want to watch another episode tonight.
Well, I asked for your opinion. You gave it to me.
Yeah,
so I don't know what else I can ask for.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's fine because I don't even have the service anyway, so I'm just watching it.
Off of my shit.
Yeah, I'm just watching it. So I don't really care.
You don't care about anything, do you?
Nah.
Except for the names.
There's so many things to watch that I need time
in between.
Yeah. I would love to have a week off so I could watch something else.
Like, what do you want to watch now?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nothing.
I'm still working on Sopranos, Entourage.
Jeez, that's right.
I'm still working on all the same shows I've been working on. I'm done with Big Mouth for now. Till the next season.
Sopranos is such a long show, dude.
I'm almost there.
And so is Entourage.
Yeah, I'm almost there. God. Hey, I'm more than 3 seasons in on both of them, so I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'll never finish them. And plus, there's so many movies. I'd rather watch movies, honestly.
Contain story. Finale ending.
And I can get through more of them.
Yeah. I feel like you accomplished more today.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it really is a sense of accomplishment. And plus, I think I just love... I guess that is the quickness of it, just because, like...
The no nonsense. Because you don't have time for nonsense. Most of the time.
We do like the silliness.
We do.
But... I guess just getting all these different kinds of characters, like I can watch all these different kinds of movies. It's not the same characters in the same show every time. Because it's like, I don't know, I love all the Ross divorce jokes, but after a while, like I can see them coming a mile away. It's nice to get different characters with different jokes.
I agree.
Alright, well.
That's all I got.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here first. Mandalorian is decent. Here on the Decent Show.
Double decent.
Double dicking for the Mandalorian. So, do we have any other final thoughts? We have some future episodes coming up, obviously, on the big movies. Sports. Is Knives Out an Oscar hopeful?
Yeah, probably. Any movie that's released in November is pretty... From November to January is pretty, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well... Yeah, and we're going to be talking about sports, big changes in the NBA, guy stuff, wing, beer, titty sports, yep. For Reagan, I'm Ryan. Y'all have a good night.
Talent. Well, that's nice of you to say, but I've been training to be a hockey player my whole life.
Golf's no different from hockey. It requires talent, self-discipline.
Golf requires goofy pants and a fat ass. You should talk to my neighbor, the accountant, probably a great golfer, huge ass.